Evan and Claire had built a life that looked perfect from the outside. A cozy townhouse in a quiet suburban neighborhood. Stable jobs, Friday night takeout, Sunday morning coffee on the porch. Their days ran on a predictable, comfortable rhythm. Wake up, commute, work, come home. Watch the same shows, sleep, repeat. They often joked, "We've got it figured out." But what they really meant was, "We've learned how not to disturb anything." Evan once dreamed of starting his own design studio. He still had the sketches buried in a drawer beneath old tax files. A forgotten testament to a forgotten passion. Claire had wanted to write children's books. Her colorful notebooks, once filled with stories, now served as grocery lists. The dreams weren't gone, just quiet. Every now and then, a flicker of restlessness would surface. "What if we moved somewhere new?" Claire once asked, her eyes glued to a travel vlog. Evan smiled politely, a well-practiced gesture. "Why risk what we have?" And just like that, the thought died. The conversation ended. Their comfort felt safe. It was a fortress they had built brick by brick. But safety slowly became stillness. Stillness became silence. And that silence grew into a quiet ache that neither of them dared to name. One evening, while cleaning the attic, a space as dusty and forgotten as their old ambitions, Evan stumbled upon an old box. Inside were his college sketches, bold, messy, alive. He sat on the dusty floor, tracing lines he'd drawn years ago, with fire in his chest. He could almost feel the person he used to be. Claire climbed up the ladder, her footsteps soft on the old wood. "You drew these?" she asked, her voice full of a surprise that felt like a distant memory. "I used to," he said, the words heavy with everything left unsaid. She hesitated, then went and brought down her own box, one he hadn't seen in years. Inside were her childhood stories handwritten, full of wonder and imagination. They looked at each other, not with blame, not with resentment, but with a shared, profound grief for the people they had let themselves become. "We didn't fail," Claire whispered, breaking the silence. "We just stopped trying." That night, they talked longer than they had in years. Really talked. Not about bills or schedules, but about fear. About the slow, insidious way they had settled. About how Sunday had quietly, almost without them noticing, turned into never. Their comfort zone had wrapped around them like a warm blanket on a cold night. But beneath it, their dreams were suffocating. The warmth was a trap. The next week, everything started to change. Evan walked into his boss's office and requested a part-time schedule. Claire found a local writing group online and, with a trembling finger, clicked join. It felt terrifying, unstable, deeply uncomfortable. And for the first time in a long, long time, it felt alive. The journey wasn't easy. Evan's first freelance project paid less than a single day at his old office job. He still framed the check. It was a symbol, a start. Claire's first story submission was rejected. Then her second. She wrote another and another. They were learning a crucial lesson. Real growth doesn't feel like safety. It feels like standing at the edge of yourself, heart pounding, and choosing to take the leap anyway. Months later, they were sitting on that same porch, in that same house. But the air was different. Claire closed her laptop with a wide, genuine grin. "I sold my first story today." Evan squeezed her hand, his own smile mirroring hers. "I just landed a big client." The neighborhood hadn't changed. The house was the same, but they were not. Their comfort zone had once been a refuge, a place to hide from the world's uncertainties. Now they understood it had also been a cage, and the moment they found the courage to step beyond its bars, they didn't just find new opportunities or new careers. They found the vibrant, passionate, and courageous parts of themselves they thought they had lost forever. If this story moved you, subscribe to Tales Studio. We share powerful tales that awaken courage, spark change, and remind you that your life is meant to grow, not just exist. Thanks for watching.